Right, I'm with Morrison, Elgin City Women's manager. The girls got over the line on Sunday. They are the champions. How does that feel?
Magic. Really pleased for them. They deserve it. You know, you've been in and around the club, you know, since the beginning of the season, Chris. You know the hard work that they put in. You know, we get good numbers training twice a week. Squads are big on a Sunday. You know, regardless of whether we're at home or they're travelling. So you know they've put the work in on the training field. You know, they've taken it out on the pitch on a Sunday and they've delivered. You know, not just in the league. If you looked at, you know, all the cup competitions that we've played in this season, a semi-final and a quarter-final in the Scottish Cup, it's really been magnificent. So they deserve all the credit that they're going to get over the next few weeks. They enjoyed themselves after the game on Sunday, obviously.
I can imagine.
I think the same's planned this Sunday and the following Sunday as well. So, but as I say, they fully deserve it. We've got to remember, unfortunately, due to the nature of the beast, shall we say, you know, there's no sign of promotion just yet. So we've got to remember that the job's not quite complete, but I think we've got to celebrate the achievements that we've just had at the weekend against Dice and the rest of the season.
I was speaking to Mel there, the 100% record is important to them. As you as a manager, how special would it be to go through the season with a 100% record?
I guess it would be special. I think I said a few weeks ago it wasn't at the forefront of my mind at all. You know, the target of getting over the line was always the main priority. Now we've gotten that to that point, you know, it's maybe, you know, worth thinking about with 3 games to go. But you know, at the end of the day, we'll be the champions. We'll have the most points, and that's all that matters come, you know, the 18th of May.
How big a challenge is the playoff going to be?
It'll be a big challenge. Dunfermline themselves have went unbeaten. It looks like probably going to be them. I think they drew 1 game against Cumbernauld Colts. So we've got a few weeks now to think about it, do a bit of homework, see what we can dig up. We've got a couple of weeks, or a week at least, game wise. We've got a couple of weeks of training ahead of us before the game itself on June the 1st. So we'll use them wisely. We'll
that's
go
a
down
one-off
there
game at a neutral venue, so it's
yeah,
winner takes all in that sense.
Neutral's one description. It wouldn't be neutral in my view, but it's not at either club's home ground, shall we say?
Not neutral in that sense. But.
So yeah, look, we'll look to go down. I hope we can call upon the supporters again, who have been fantastic this season. You've seen the numbers that we've taken to games all throughout the season, none more so at the game against St Johnstone. So hopefully we can get a bit of support down with us. You know, that'll make a big difference to the team on the day as well.
I mean, the Elgin City Women, they've really put, you know, themselves on the map, but the whole club and the community on the map with what they've achieved this season as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the place itself, you know, I'm here on a Saturday when the men's team are playing, and there's a great buzz about the place. You know, even that sticky patch that the men's team had, you know, where they were struggling to win games, there was still a good atmosphere, there was still a good feeling, you know, from Alan and his team and the committee, that things would turn around for the first team, and that's exactly what happened. You know, and through the women's team on top of it, you know, we've got a fantastic club at the moment. It's a great place to be, and it's, you know, somewhere where a lot of people should be looking to play their football.
Right. And you got to, suppose, pinch yourself that the women's team is only 2 years old. It's only been born 2 years ago. So
yeah, it's a fantastic achievement in itself. But when you consider we're only, you know, a couple of years old, you can maybe forget sometimes when you see how well the team have done this season and the type of football that they've played. And I think on Sunday, under really difficult conditions at Dice, you know, we really passed the ball very well, and you'd be forgiven, you know, if you thought they'd been together for 3 or 4 years, because they really have played well, not just at Dice on Sunday, but all through the season, and the football we've played. And sometimes we've not been at our best, you know, we've won games. You know, think back to Ross County away, you think back to Huntly at home, you know, all games that, you know, we weren't very good in at all, but we dug deep. The players found a way to win, you know, last minute goals, never given up. So they've been really good, you know, they've got everything to play for down at Dunfermline, and you know, Dunfermline will think the same, but you know, they fully deserve to get that opportunity, albeit I believe you shouldn't have to play a playoff game if you win your league, but that's the nature.
You still feel champions should automatically go
absolutely.
up.
Yeah. Any level of the game, that should be the case. But you know, we can't control that. We'll just go there and see what we can do on the day.
And a week on Sunday at Borough Briggs at home, they'll receive the trophy. That's going to be a special occasion, isn't it? In front of hopefully a big crowd.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, I think we're obviously going to advertise it already. We're pushing to get as many people through the gate as well. You know, all the families and friends will be here, I hope. So it'll be a really special day for the players. The big noise you know, and then when the trophy gets lifted at the end, you know, it'll be a special occasion for everybody involved with the club.